And here we go. All righty. My name is Tawana Houston. I am a Ruby ambassador with the company. I'm going to be your presenter today to share this amazing information with you. I've been in this industry for 6 years. I've been with ibüümerang since conception. I actually decided to partner with this company before they even had a name. The CEO of this company is a GOAT in the industry. He's one of the top income earners in the industry that actually held one position, which is super exciting. So to have an opportunity to work with him on his first project under his own company name was flat out amazing. When I got introduced to this industry 6 years ago, it wasn't about the income. I really didn't understand the industry. I got started because I needed a tax break. My husband and I had a serious tax problem. Not really bad. We were owing about a good $8,000 a year, but still, I was used to, before I got married, I was used to getting money back. Once we combined households and brought our income together, next thing you know, we're owing the IRS. So we did a little research and we understood that having a home-based business is one of the #1 tax strategies in the world. Fast forward, it ended up turning into so much more. About less than 2 years later, I ended up retiring from corporate, which is the industry I had been in for 20+ years, amazing income, great benefits. But one thing I didn't have is time. So this industry helped me get my time back. It helped me rekindle my romance. It helped me spend more time with my kids. It helped me travel the world for pennies on the dollar. But most importantly, it solved that issue that I had, which was owing the IRS. So you guys, I'm going to get myself out of the way. I have a lot of information that I want to share with you all. I hope you're in an environment with no distractions right now. If you are married, if you have a significant other, tell them to come on over, pull up a chair and sit next to you, because I want you guys to see this information together. You've probably been invited to opportunities before. I guarantee you what you're going to see today is just different. That's one of our most popular hashtags that we use, is just different, because what we're going to show you has never been done in the industry. So you have in the industry before. So you have the opportunity to be a part of it at the very beginning. So let me get myself out of the way and share these screens. I am going to turn off my camera because sometimes it will cover up some of the screen. But I'm going to check this chat one more time to make sure you guys are okay. We don't have any issues. Yes, one thing I didn't share with you, somebody in the comments said this music is awesome. The company has its own soundtrack. So you're going to hear a little later about Vibe Rides, but the CEO of the company also has his own record label. So his son is in music. So they created an entire soundtrack for ibüümerang as well as our rideshare company. And we're going to talk about that a little later, but that's exciting. That's something else that makes us really different. So when you hear us playing the same music over and over again, we're representing our own brand. All right. So when you think about ibüümerang, let's go ahead and break this up really quick. The company name in itself speaks volumes. Now, many of you that are probably watching, you probably love to give back. That's something that I'm really passionate about. I find myself in positions all the time where I focus more on helping others than I do myself. So this company, when you think about ibüümerang, what does a boomerang do? A boomerang is something that you throw out, and if you throw it the right way, what's going to happen? It's going to come right back to you. So we're going to have a conversation today, which is surrounded around just giving back. And if you give back, guess what's going to come back to you? Income. You're going to get cash back. It's an amazing concept that has never been done before. But before we get into the meat and potatoes of the company, let's go over the disclaimer. You get what you put in. I'm not going to bore you and read all of this, but I just need you to understand that we cannot guarantee your income. This is not a get-rich-quick opportunity. This is a business, right? And with business, you have to be willing to do what's required to win. If you're coachable, teachable, trainable, then you are able to be involved in an industry that allows you to have a low investment and a high return. We have all the tools. We have the system in place. You just got to decide to get started and go all in. So let's get to it. Network marketing. This is an industry that has been around for 60+ years, but honestly speaking, it's time for it to evolve. It just took someone like Mr. Holton Buggs deciding to start his own company almost 30 years later after being in the industry. documenting everything that he's seen wrong with it, and packaging up a lot of information for you guys so that you can understand how you no longer have to be a part of the old way of doing network marketing. See, there are a lot of talented people in the industry, but there's a particular thing that you don't like to do, and that's sell. So what Mr. Holtenbug said is, why constantly spend the resources and the time and the energy into trying to teach people how to sell when we can create an environment, create a technology that's going to do most of that for them. Another piece that he noticed is that customers, a lot of the customers in network marketing, they don't feel a first-class experience. Normally the customer service that they receive is between them and the distributor they're purchasing from. So we're going to give our customers a first-class experience so that they know they can feel that customer service and they can be wooed by the company in itself and not just the person that they're purchasing from. Now, network marketing, we're pulling it out of the taxi cab era. Look, I'm all tongue-tied, taxi cab era. And the old way of doing things, your customers always paid more and strong recruiters win. What we mean by that, normally in network marketing, when you have a product, you get it for pennies on the dollar and you have to mark it up about 8 to 10 times. And that's what companies have to do to survive in order to make a profit, because you have to pay so many different levels of distributors. And you have to pay shipping and all these different things. But there's this company by the name of Amazon that is able to sell products for much less. So a lot of individuals that had a large customer base, their customers got smart. You can simply Google it, find it for less. A lot of customers now, they just look up the ingredients, because you have a lot of products out there that aren't name brand. They have the same ingredients and you get the same effect. So a lot of distributors started losing income once Amazon and other companies started promoting online. So what Mr. Holtenbug said, if we're going to start our own company, we need to make sure that we pull it out of this taxi cab era. Technology is changing every single day, but for some reason, network marketing never caught up. So he said, we're going to do that. So we are a technology company that leads with a product that you are just going to be flat out amazed with. Now, in this new era, this is how it works. We are the first company ever that allows you to monetize on savings. So you make money only when your customers make money. When your customers purchase products and services from you, guess who you don't have to compete with? You don't have to compete with an Amazon. You don't have to compete with other public sites, because our technology is here to help our ambassadors succeed. So first, let's talk about the visionary. This is the CEO of our company, Mr. Holtenbug. Now, this gentleman has been in the industry for 29 years. He'll be celebrating 30 years in September. But look at his story. This is what I can appreciate. He's a multimillionaire today, but he wasn't at the beginning. For 7 years, he generated less than $500 a month for 7 years straight. I can appreciate that, because that tells me that he's consistent. That tells me that he knows what it feels like to start a business from the ground and work your way to the top. That tells me that he went through a lot of personal development. He had coaches and he had mentors, and he remained plugged in. This is somebody that I can trust and somebody that I can follow. But look what he did in 1997. He developed a formula and system to achieve rapid success, not just for himself, but for so many others. In 2009, he had record-breaking success for 10 years in a row. This is when they started identifying him as the Michael Jordan of network marketing, the GOAT of the industry, because for 10 years straight, he earned $1.3 million every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, he was cashing in $1.3 million. He maximized the compensation plan. He was capped out. But it's not just about his money. He's all about helping others. Remember, our company name is what? Ibüümerang. It's all about giving and you shall receive. If you ask him, how did he create his success? He said, anytime I wanted more, I just gave more. That's what he believes in. So by him creating this formula and this system, he was able to help over 45 other people become millionaires. But what excites me, I drills that down a little more. If over 45 people became millionaires, how many people became six-figure earners? How many people made an extra $5,000 a month, $1,000 a month, $500 a month? You guys, my background, what I didn't share with you is default management, is foreclosure and bankruptcy. Every day I was helping people save their homes. And one thing I noticed when I was working those numbers is that if people just had an additional $500 a month, they could have saved their house. So many people are losing their homes for less than $1,000 a month if they just had a little more. So when I hear his story, that's all I can think about is how many people lives he was able to change by creating the success that he had, right? So look what happened in March of 2019. All he did was ask himself, he said, if I can create all of this success under somebody else's umbrella, just imagine what I could do under my own. So he founded his own company in 2019. We have had record-breaking success already. We recently celebrated a year. We have over 50,000 active distributors, over 500,000 customers. We've been heralded as the Amazon of network marketing. We paid out over $20 million in commissions already. There's 2 reputable websites for our industry that if you're in the industry, you probably know of, which is Business for Home. We fluctuate between #1 and #2 of the fastest growing company in direct sales. And there's another site, which is called Recruiting MLM. During COVID-19, they identified 5 companies that you should be with right now, 5 companies that are continuously growing during this time. And ibüümerang is #1 out of those 5. So you're at the right place at the right time. Whoever texted you or gave you that call, or whoever you're watching this live feed on, maybe it's a watch party on Facebook, just shoot them a message and say thank you. But I want you to pay close attention, take copious notes, because I'm going to make sure that I cover everything. But if I miss anything, I want to open it up for questions at the end. So let's talk about the leadership team. Again, I had a solid corporate background, 20+ years in default management. Leadership means a lot to me. I worked in an environment where a lot of the individuals that I reported to didn't have an understanding of my job. So it was frustrating when I wanted to have a day off, but couldn't because no one else could do what I did. What I love about this leadership team is that they have over 200 years of experience. They know what it feels like to be a distributor. They've been in direct sales for many years. They know what it feels like to struggle at the beginning and work your way to the top. They know what it feels like to earn less than $500 a month and work your way to a millionaire. So you have a team here that when they put processes and procedures together, they have your best interests at heart. They know what type of training that you need. They know what a seasoned person needs to be around. They know what a brand new person needs to be around. And collectively, you have an amazing leadership team that has created a company that is doing what took Apple, you guys, 3-4 years to do. We have done in a short period of time. But we already talked about your founder. Let's talk about Tigray. He's your VP of operations. He has an extensive corporate background. But what I love most is that he's so touchy-feely. He's always trying to reach out to people to figure out, how are things going for you? How can we make it better? He's so involved with the organization. Then you have Mark Kipcart, who's the VP of marketing. He's the reason why we look so good. So a lot of the websites that you see, all our social media sites, people are just amazed by the technology, the videos that you see. It's all a part of his marketing team. And that's something you want to pay close attention to. Do you want to spin your wheels marketing all day? Or do you want to be a part of a company that already has that professional branding? You have David Manning, who's the CEO of Extreme Travel, over 20 years, the top agency in the world. And this gentleman I had the pleasure of working with for the past 5 years, and the company that he had, you guys, is what helped me get to 6 figures in this industry. Peter Hirsch, who's the Chief Giving Officer. He's also a blue diamond with the company. He's a pastor, he's an attorney, but we refer to him as the hinge, because the reason why we're leading with the product that I'm going to share with you in a moment is because Peter Hirsch got word that Mr. Holton Buggs was ready to start his own company. He gave him a phone call and he said, listen, I need you to meet Mr. David Manning. And I can't wait to share that information with you guys. You have Mr. Edwin Haynes. He's the Global Master Ambassador. He's a man of his word. He's so honest. He has a heart of gold. He's always trying to figure out who's next. He's like a talent scout. He's paying attention to, he don't want to hear your mouth and what you say you're going to do. He wants to see the action behind it. And when he see you out there working, then you can count on his support. You have Lori Spears. She's the director of travel. We call her the travel of goddess. She's been in the industry for 30+ years. That smile you see on her face is stuck on her face. She's always trying to figure out a way to help us get better in this industry, and we absolutely love her. All righty, so let's get into it. How are we going to bring this vision to the world? What is Mr. Holton Buggs' vision? His vision is to make sure that your customers have a first-class consumer experience but you as an ambassador is able to create success without selling. He also wants to remove network marketing from this taxi cab era and bring it into more of a modern era, is what he has done here. So we are a technology company, and we use the PRIB to help grow your residual income. This is our main product. We're going to talk about 2 other verticals in a moment, but this is the main product. When you think about the PRIB, I want you to imagine having your own virtual assistant that's doing things for you in direct sales that you have struggled to do yourself. The PRIB is going to do it for you. When you think about a virtual assistant, think about the ones you're using today. You have Alexa for Amazon, you have Siri for Apple, you have Bixby for Android. Those are all virtual assistants that are out there doing things for the customers that they don't want to do for themselves. But this is the first time, you guys, in history, in network marketing history, has a company had its own virtual assistant that was doing things for you that you didn't want to do. So how is it able to do that? We're using data analytics. See, data is the new gold. And we're using artificial intelligence combined with world-class people power. To help you better understand that, I want to tie in Facebook. I want to use Facebook as an example. All of you guys probably have a Facebook account. I doubt we have one person that doesn't have one. If you're watching on Facebook, it's pretty obvious. But if you're on Zoom, 99.9% of you have a Facebook account. So this is what Facebook did. Facebook gave you a free account. Not because they wanted to be your best friend. They gave you a free account simply because they wanted to gain access to your friends and family. See, their goal was to become a multi-billion-dollar company, but there's no way they were going to do that with onesie-twosies here and there. So they had to figure out a way to give you something for free that you would be motivated to show to other people. And so you signed up for this free account, you gave them all your personal information, you started sending friend requests, and the next thing you know, you have thousands of friends, and you just gave Facebook access to billions and trillions of people, right? So what they did was, after they got the data, this is where artificial intelligence kicked in. They started paying attention to the keystrokes of your friends and family. They started paying attention to their buying habits. What are they Googling? And they made sure they showed them ads that they would want to buy. Prime example, I was on Google the other day looking at Nikes. I love Nikes. I'm always looking at Nikes. Guess what I saw on Facebook? An ad about Nikes. I was in my group on WhatsApp talking with a couple business partners about growing my YouTube presence. Guess what happened? I go on Facebook and then I see an ad from a young lady that teaches you how to grow your YouTube presence from A to Z. That's what Facebook does, but we also have it now. So this is what the PRIB is going to do. You are also going to be able to give away something for free. Just like Facebook gave you an account, we're giving you something, a technology that you're going to give away for free. When you give it away, guess what you're collecting? Data. The data is going to go into this PRIB, which is your virtual assistant. Your virtual assistant is going to pay attention to that data, to your customers. And it's going to sell to them things that they want to buy to help grow your residual portfolio while you're sleeping. Why is that important? Because you don't want to do it. You don't want to call customers and sell them everything. You want to have a simple way of growing your residual income, just like Facebook did, just like Uber did, just like Amazon did, just like Airbnb. That's all we have done, was brought that same model into network marketing. So pay attention to how it's going to help you. You have your customers and you have your team. So for those of you that build a massive customer base, it's simple to get customers in our company. Again, it's all about success without selling. But the PRIB is going to make sure that you don't lose your customers. So the PRIB is going to upsell your customers, going to follow up with your customers. Maybe you had some customers that made it to the cart and didn't complete their purchase. The PRIB can reach out to them. Maybe they haven't bought anything in a couple months. The PRIB is going to reach out to them. So you don't have to. Now, as it relates to building a team, some of you may be new to the industry. Some of you may be more seasoned. But one thing I do know is that with the individuals I've worked with over the past 6 years, these bullet points that you see under your team here are things that most people struggle with. So when you introduce new people to the business, the PRIB is going to kick in. The PRIB is going to send them a welcome message. The PRIB is going to make sure they go through ambassador orientation. You want to lead them to success, right? The PRIB is going to plug them into the training. We do training every single week in our company. So the PRIB is going to make sure they remain plugged in. upgrades is huge. I can't tell you how many people come in at lower packages and they're doing the same amount of work as people at the higher package, but getting way less pay. So the PRIB is going to say, hey, I noticed that these 3 business partners came into business, but they're at a lower package. Let me make sure I share with them how much money they're leaving on the table. Because you may be new and don't understand how to explain that. The PRIB is also going to promote events. One common thing that you'll notice with top income earners in the companies that they don't miss events. They don't miss a local meeting. They plug into everything. So the PRIB is going to make sure it promotes those events for you. And retention. While you're focused on building forward, the PRIB is going to catch them on the back end so that you're not losing people. So the PRIB is going to give them a phone call and say, hey, I noticed you're not active. Let me share with you what's going on in the company. What can we do to help you to get you back in the system? The PRIB is going to do that for you. So I want you guys to read this at the bottom with me. The PRIB does for the people what they have struggled to do for themselves in direct sales. This is huge, you guys. This is your main product. I want to make sure you guys understand that. We are a technology company that provides you a virtual assistant that's going to help do the things for you that you have struggled to do in direct sales. So how are we going to feed the PRIB? I don't want to get too techie with you guys, so I'm going to try to break this down as simple as I can. Again, the PRIB is your virtual assistant, just like Alexa, just like Siri, just like Bixby. But if there are no customers, then who's going to communicate to the PRIB? So we have to feed the PRIB. And this is the product that you're going to give away for free. It's called iGo. iGo is a wholesale travel platform. Now, I've seen this product being sold as low as $10,000, as high as $40,000 in my career. I've been in travel for the entire 6 years. But you're able to give this away for free. You're giving customers fun at a discount. They're getting up to 35% off of their travel. No monthly fee, no timeshare stuff, none of that. They're getting access to some amazing rates for free. That's why we have over 500,000 customers. So Holton Buck said, I love the travel industry. It's a very lucrative industry. But one thing I noticed that every multi-billion-dollar company out there leads with a free product. They're giving away something for free. And this is what we chose to give away. And that's why, look at our numbers, you all. We have over 500,000 customers. This slide is old. We're about to hit 600,000 customers in just a year's time. So I want you to imagine yourself giving away these memberships for free, collecting the data. The data goes into the PRIB. So that's how you build up the customer base inside of the PRIB. Just like Facebook gave you the free account, when you sign up for that account, that went into their system, into their database. Same thing here. So why did we choose to lead with travel? Now, 2 of the visions that I shared with you guys at the very beginning of Mr. Holton was to create a first-class consumer experience for your customers, but to also make sure that you find success without selling. See, travel is an $8 trillion industry. It's an industry that's going to grow whether you make a decision to put your wallet in the way or not. It's going to grow. Look at the numbers. Asia is $6 billion a day. Europe, $4.8 billion a day. United States, almost $3 billion a day. Latin America, Africa, you see the numbers there. Even during this time, with what we're dealing with, everyone being confined to the house, what's the first thing they're going to do when this is over? You know what my husband and I did the other day? We were photoshopping ourselves in pictures of being out of the country, just imagining being there. See, those that are in position right now, you are an option when people start traveling. But you're going to have people with that broke mindset that's going to say, nobody's traveling right now. You're going to wait till people start traveling. They've already booked it. You guys, in March, I booked up all my flights for this year because the rates are so low. So avid travelers, that's what they're doing. They're taking advantage of these rates now. So if you're not in position to be in front of that wave, then you're going to miss it. And that's what most people do. So this is the perfect opportunity to be a part of travel. It's such a lucrative industry, and you don't have to force people to do it. So it's a great way to create success without selling. Now let's talk about the 2 companies that monopolize the travel space as it relates to public-facing sites. You have Booking Holdings and you have Expedia. Now there are over 45 other websites, but they're all owned by those 2 giants. In 2018, they booked over $190 billion. So they really don't care which site you go to because they own them both. But this is why we chose to lead with travel, but we did it different. See, we're not a traditional travel agency and we don't offer rates that they can get online. So what we have done is we are able to give away wholesale travel, which is what Expedia and Booking Holdings doesn't do. So you don't have to worry about your customers seeing rates and then going online and find it for less. So Holton Bucks went directly to the wholesaler. He negotiated a private platform just for us so that we could pass the savings on to you as a business owner, as well as to your customers for absolutely free. So here's some examples. You have New York City, it's a 4.5-star hotel. On Expedia, it's $339 nightly. On your wholesale platform, it's $178 nightly. That's a major savings of $161. Paris, France. I just went to Paris, France last year, April. It's a 4-star hotel. On Travelocity, $440 nightly. But on iGo, it's $130 nightly. That's a savings of $310 a night. So if you're going to Paris, you're not going for just one night. You're going for at least 5 nights, right? That's about $1,500 in savings. Savings is a new earnings. You have a top rental car company here in New York City. On rentalcars.com, this Chevrolet Cruise, it was a 7-day, so entire week was $392 total. But on your platform, it's $221 total. That's a savings of $171. If you look below, start at your far left, these are what the reservation confirmations look like. So when you or your customer books on this platform, you're going to get a confirmation page. It's going to show you your total reservation amount, how many reward credits you got, and how much you saved. So in his first example, you can see that Mr. Rubin paid $450. He saved over $1,300. So he saved way more than he actually paid for the trip. You have Mr. Ian. His reservation was $624. His savings was $316. And then you have Mr. Holton Bucks himself, which is the CEO of the company. This is the trip that he took before he made the decision to lead with this product. He wanted to make sure that the product worked. He wanted to make sure that these amazing rates that he saw, that when he went on this vacation, that it was going to be the same type of accommodations, the same benefits, the same type of service that he would have received if he paid full price. He was amazed by the experience. He was totally shocked that he only paid $1,300 and was treated just like the person that paid over $3,000. He came back with raving reviews. He reached out to Mr. Manning, Mr. Peter Hirsch, and they shook hands and they made it happen. And that's how you have this product today. So basically what he did here is he eliminated the middleman. When you become a private website and make it member-based, it's your choice whether or not you want to mark up the cost. You only have to increase the cost if you choose to sell it publicly online, because you have to deal with the price parity laws. But when you become a member base, it's your choice if you want to give it away for free. And that's what Mr. Holton Bucks did. So again, what's the company's name? It's called ibüümerang. Boomerang is all about giving and you shall receive. So this is his way of giving back, and in return, you are going to earn. Now, with our platform, you're able to enjoy a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. We have the same core services that you will find online. The only difference is you don't pay full price. So you're going to be able to book your hotels, your rental cars. If you like Airbnb, you have your homes. If you like to cruise, you have your cruises. You have your weekly stays, which are extremely discounted. You have your flights. Now, your flights aren't at wholesale, but they're here for convenience. We're a one-stop shop, and we don't want you to have to leave the platform. But if you prefer to book your flights elsewhere, then absolutely you can do that. We have marketplace. You have timeshare owners. So if you are a timeshare owner, which I know quite a few, they wish they could get out of it, but they can't. They deposit their weeks here. So there's a feature that allows you to deposit your weeks. It'll sell it for you. They keep 10% and the rest comes back to you. So it's also a great way to generate income. I'm not going to read all those bullet points to you, but I will tell you which one is my favorite. It's the gift cards. So as you're saving money on these vacations, you also earn credits. You can use those reward credits to purchase other things in the platform. And we use ours to get gift cards. So we either go out to eat with them, or I use it at Best Buy. I just love Best Buy. But whatever you choose to use it on is totally up to you. It also comes with a price match guarantee. So if you're a researcher like me, to this day, I already know I'm not going to find it for less online, but guess what? I look anyway. And if I find it for any reason, it's 110% of the difference. But to this day, I haven't. But if you find it, then just know that they're going to drop the cost even more. So you're still going to have the lowest price. To the bottom right, this is Vibe. This is our new rideshare company. We own it. It's owned by ibüümerang. Went through pre-launch back in December, officially launched and have vehicles on the road in Florida and Texas as of April 1st. But it's the first time ever residual income has been paid in rideshare. There are 2 slides dedicated to that towards the end, and we're going to get to that shortly, but let's continue to focus on travel. So we talked about the savings as it relates to travel, but now let's talk about how you get paid with travel. So many people ask, how are you able to give away something for free and actually get paid on it? So what Mr. Holton Bucks did is he created a way for us to monetize on savings. So in this example here, you'll see how you're earning 50% of what your customers save. So I'm just going to pick on someone that may be on here watching. I'm not going to ask you to come off of your audio, make you uncomfortable. I'm just going to use your name while we're talking. So I see a Tanya on here, and I see, let's see who else I want to grab here. Ashaya. I'm gonna say Miss Hart, just in case I'm saying your name wrong. So I have a Miss Hart and I have a Miss Ford that's online, Hart and Ford. Okay, so Miss Ford, you're my business partner today. And Miss Hart, you are my customer. So this is what's gonna happen. Miss Ford, you may, after being in the house all of this time, you're gonna decide you wanna go on vacation. So since you're a business owner, you're able to go into your platform. Now, as an ambassador, you get up to 70% off of your vacations. That's for you, Miss Ford. Miss Hart, as a customer, you get up to 35% off. So Miss Ford, you're gonna look in the platform, you look up this 5-star property that you see here, far left on the screen, in Mexico, and you notice that the lowest public price is $1,046. But because you get 41% off this particular property, you're saving $424. So your total with tax is $621. But this is what's gonna happen, Miss Ford. You're gonna phone a friend because you're gonna put your business hat on, right? Because you're about making money. So you're gonna call Miss Hart. And you're gonna say, Miss Hart, how about we go to Mexico together? And she's gonna ask how much it is. You said, listen, I'm gonna send you a boomerang. I promise you, I'm gonna get you a rate that you can't find online. You're gonna send her a boomerang. A boomerang is simply a 6-digit code that you're giving to Miss Hart. She's gonna have a website that she goes to. She's gonna key in the code, and she's gonna put in her name, email address, and phone number, and this is gonna give her access to wholesale travel for life. Miss Hart is gonna look up the same property, same dates. She's gonna see that same public price, but her savings is 20%. Remember, she gets half of yours. So the total with tax is $834. But Miss Ford, how this benefits you is you earn half of that $212. So Miss Hart is happy because she can't find this rate online and she didn't have to pay for this. So she saved $212, you get $106. But Miss Ford, what if you call 5 more friends to go on this trip and they all save $212? That's over $600 you made. But how much was your trip? $621. So many different ways for you to do this. It's a great way for you to generate income so that you never have to pay for travel again, right? Keep getting the word out there. You can use that income to pay for your own travel and so much more. But what I love about this platform is that you don't have to keep sending these codes to her. So Miss Hart just needs to do it one time and she has access to this for life. Maybe she want to go to Jamaica next month and she'll save $1,000. That's $500 that comes back to you, Miss Ford. So my point is, how many customers do you want? You want to share this with as many people as you possibly can, because number one, it's free, and it's an amazing way for you to create success without having to sell anything. Now let's keep going. Now let's talk about this customer acquisition model here. And let me minimize the screen a little bit so you guys can see it. All right, so hopefully you can see everything. This is our customer acquisition model. So this is an example with just 10 customers. What I would like you to do is just put 10 names in the comments really quick or on a piece of paper. I just want you to see how simple this is. If you were a business partner just getting started today, there's no reason why before you went to sleep tonight, you couldn't have 10 customers. Randomly think of 10 names. Who do you know that travels? Who do you know that doesn't travel, that could afford to travel more often if they had access to this? Who do you know that's already a part of a travel club and they're paying monthly fees, that they could end that membership and get it for free? So I want you to imagine having 10 customers. On average, your customers are saving $600 annually. Your goal is to build up your savings portfolio because you earn half of it. So if you have 10 customers all out there saving $600 a year, that's a total savings in your portfolio of $6,000. Now you earn half of that. So follow me to the far left. You earn a travel savings bonus of $3,000. We gave you a low example here so that you can understand the concept, but just imagine if you had 100 customers. That increases your earning potential to 30,000. What if you had 1,000 customers? That increases it to 300,000. How many of you already have businesses? How many of you already have a customer base? This will help you enhance what you're already doing. How many of you need fundraisers? Maybe you have a church, or maybe you work at your church. Maybe you're over the fundraising committee. This is a way for you to be able to give something free to the congregation. And all you're doing is asking them, when you book travel, book it through us. And that's 50% that's coming back to the house. Maybe you're a softball mom. Maybe you're part of a traveling baseball team. I don't know, maybe you're a personal trainer, a hairstylist. That's the first place people go when they travel, right? Make sure all your customers have this. This is a way for you to make money continuously off of your existing client base if you already have businesses. And I can go on and on about how to make this work for you. The sky is the limit. You just have to think outside of the box. This is our team builder model. Some of your customers, this is what they do, because it happens to me quite often. When I give my customer this for free, one of the most popular questions is, how do you get paid? Why are you giving them this for free? What's the catch? I'm not gonna have to pay anything later? No, you're not gonna have to pay anything. Just book and enjoy it. So you have those individuals that have that entrepreneurial spirit. They already have that business mindset and they want to do exactly what it is that you're doing. And they're going to decide to partner with you. So you're going to end up with a team size of 50. And if all of you are out there getting 10 customers, look how much quicker you get to 500 customers. But this is the cool part. You're overriding on all of them because they are DNA to you. See, you started the genealogy, right? So everyone that becomes a part of your team and all of their customers are linked to you. So everything that they do, every dime that they earn, you get an override. So in this example, with just 500 customers, you have a $58 a day override, over $1,700 monthly, over $20,000 annually. But imagine that growing. You can get to the point where you're creating a six-figure income in spite of your own efforts. And that's amazing. You guys, I was a corporate trainer. I trained hundreds of people. I traveled state to state to train people and open up different offices. But guess what? I didn't earn one red cent of those people that I trained. So this only made sense to me to bring my skill sets to this industry and train other people and actually override on their income. So if you're interested in building a team, you have that option, but it's completely optional. You do not have to build a team. Now let's go back to the PRIB. The PRIB, again, this is our product. People ask, what is ibüümerang's product? It's the technology that's our product. We use iGo to feed the PRIB, as we discussed earlier. Now, we are being heralded as the Amazon of network marketing because when you think about the structure, it's very similar. Amazon started with books. We start with travel. Now, Amazon sells everything from A to Z now. And it's because of the database and the customer base that they built by just starting with books. They learned a lot about their customers. They started with books for a reason. You can learn a lot about a person by what they read. Same thing with travel. You can learn a lot about a person by where they go and where they want to go. So they collected the data, it goes into the PRIB. Now this is what the PRIB is gonna do. To the right, these are our different verticals. Our first vertical that we've introduced to the company is Vibe. We have several companies knocking at our door now because they wanna bring their products and services here. But this is super cool. I want you to imagine a dresser drawer. Imagine a dresser and you have 5 drawers on the dresser. And each one represents a different stream of income. So you got Vibe rides in the top shelf. Maybe you got insurance on the second shelf. Maybe the third shelf is travel. Maybe the fourth shelf is something else. I don't want you to see the bigger picture here. So the PRIB is saying, okay, I noticed that Miss Ford has 100 customers all traveling this month. Let me make sure that they have Vibe. Let me make sure they know about Vibe. So that when they land at the airport, which we know when they land because they book travel through you, Miss Ford. So when they land, they're gonna get that push notification saying, hey, catch a Vibe, save $5, or have a free ride on us, or maybe get $50 off your next vacation. See, you don't wanna have to call those people, right, Miss Ford? You don't wanna have to call all those people and tell them about Vibe. That's what the PRIB is for. This is your virtual assistant. But as new verticals and products come, as new products and services come, the PRIB is gonna tell your customers about it. It's gonna say, hey, we now have this that you may be interested in. It's flat out amazing. So the PRIB is here to grow your residual portfolio. Right now, we just have Vibe and we have iGo, and we can survive off of just that. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. But guess what? We are the Amazon of network marketing. We don't have one focus. We're not a skincare. We're not just a travel. We're not just this and that. We're going to have an array of different products or services to offer to your customers so that you can build a true residual income, multi-streams of income under one umbrella. So let's talk about rideshare, and we're almost done. So this is the fastest growing segment of travel is rideshare. And Vibe Rides is our own company name that's under ibüümerang. Mr. Holton Bug said, okay, this industry is too lucrative for us to leave money on the table. And this helped us complete the travel circle. So rideshare, look at these numbers. There's over 98 million rideshare passengers, over 5 million drivers, and it's continuously growing. Transportation is 1.2 trillion. But what makes us different? See, Vibe is the next generation of rideshare. It's not like anything you've seen before. Now, we have 3 ways that you can earn with us. You can simply drive and earn the traditional way. But if you're somebody like me that doesn't want to drive, you can build a fleet of drivers, which is super cool, and earn 3% off of every ride. So if you have drivers out there that are full-time, part-time, every time they earn, you get 3% of that. Not one time, this is for life. And you can earn when your customers ride. So you may already have an existing clientele or customer base. Make sure they have Vibe on their phone, so wherever they go, when they call a Vibe, you're earning 3% of that fare amount. So here's an example of a $100 fare breakdown. But before I cover this, I want to share my father's story. This rideshare being a piece of network marketing is like a dream come true for me. I've been looking at rideshare for many years and was always trying to figure out how I can capitalize on this industry without being behind the wheel. I always wanted to have drivers out there and earn a piece of their check, but none of the companies would do it. They kept all the money. This is the first time rideshare has been introduced to network marketing, indirect sales, and it's just amazing. So my father, growing up, he was always in taxi cabs. That's what he did. But when Uber came out, his best friend told him about it. So he started riding for Uber. Now his best friend got a one-time upfront commission. One time. My father has completed over 8,000 rides. The person that referred my father didn't get 1 red cent on those rides. So when I told my father about this, he's like, I'm all in. Like, just imagine finding 100 drivers like my father and you're earning 3% on 8,000 rides. That's 8,000 times you get paid. Every fare, you're earning 3% of that. So let's say the fare is $100. Yes, that's a high fare amount, but it's an easy way to break down the numbers. So that driver will earn $75, and we pay approximately 25% more than the other companies that are out there. Now, if you referred the driver, you earn 3%. So that's $3 that goes to you. But what I really love is that 3% also goes upline. So just imagine if you have an organization and they're driving and referring drivers, that person that refers them get paid, but because they're DNA to you, you also get paid. So you're creating residual income in this rideshare space. Same thing on the rider side. You happen to have riders and they go on vacation in Florida and they get a ride share. They call a vibe ride. You're earning 3%. And in this example, that's $3, and also $3 is going to the share pool as well. So this is huge. We're all about giving back. So we also give a percentage to our Boom Foundation, which goes towards nourishing a child through our program. Now, do you boomerang? Absolutely. This question is going viral right now. We are just amazed by the success of this company in such a short period of time already. We do have an amazing CEO and leadership team, so that has a lot to do with it. But again, we have over 500,000 customers. We're hitting 50,000 active distributors. We paid out over 20 million in commissions already. We're the #1 fastest growing company in the world. And I'm not sure if I shared with you guys, but we're in 160 plus countries already. So this is worldwide. You can build anywhere. I haven't seen one place yet where we aren't. So just make sure that if you're out of the country and you're watching now, just go to the person's site and just hit the drop down and you can see if your country is there. But we're already in 160 plus countries. Now, our marketing team is amazing. They're always trying to give you different tools to help you stand out. These are our smart codes. You're simply going to give a code to your customer. They can just scan the barcode here and it's going to take them to igoboom.com. And based on the code that you gave them, they're going to land on one of these 3 pages. Either you are getting a new customer, a new driver, or a new rider. This is our fast accelerator bonus. This is one of the ways that you're able to get paid. Depending on the package that the person chooses when they come in the business, this pays out on 7 levels. So it's based on a level that they fall on, the package that they choose, and how many active ambassadors you have personally direct to you at that time. This is our dual team bonus. This is our binary. We have the best of both worlds, which is kind of rare in this industry. We have a binary on the front end and a uni-level on the back end. So I want you to imagine that being you there. You're going to build a left side and you're going to build a right side. What are some of the companies you guys know and respect right now that have been around 30, 40 years? Let's go with Amway. See, at the very beginning, when they first got started, there were some individuals that put themselves in position. They're probably multi-million-dollar earners today if they stuck around. You stick and stay, you get your pay. You have the ones that are probably joining now with Amway. The difference is Amway was an amazing company back then. They're an amazing company now, but there's no opportunity now. That's what it's all about. So you want to be a part of something amazing before it becomes a household name. And that's the opportunity you have with this stream of income that's on this slide here. We have so many ways to get paid, but this one right here really excites me because it pays weekly and you earn up to $250,000 every week. The most you can make per month is $1 million a month on this one here. So it's all about time and in position. As soon as you get started, the more you're going to benefit from this slide here. So let's talk about how you get started. We have 2 more slides to go, this one and the next one. So everyone places this in their cart. This is your toolkit. It's called standby for a reason. If you go to the airport, if you're on standby, there's no guarantee you're going to get on the plane. This is not a package. This is not making you an official business partner. This is just giving you everything that you need to get a bird's eye view of the company and start your training. So you're going to add this to your cart and then you're going to choose one of the 3 packages. So I'm going to cover all 3 packages, but it's up to you to decide which one best suits you. So you have coach class, business class, and first class. Follow me to the far left where you see iGo booking engine. That's for your personal travel. So if you are going on vacation, you go into your iGo platform. If you're a coach, you're going to have access to hotels, flights, and rental cars. If you're at business class, you're going to pick up cruises. So if you're a family that loves to cruise like mine does, then guess what? Coach is not for you. If you are a travel snob like my family is, and you just love to travel the world, you want to be able to book your excursions, earn points on everything. If you like those Airbnb properties, you just want everything, then first class is for you. Boomerangs. Follow me back to the far left. Boomerangs is the number of customers that you'll have in the initial package. So at coach class, you get 10 boomerangs, which means that you can get 10 customers. Now, in the prior slide, I shared with you that on average, each customer is going to save $600 a year. So that means that you have earning potential of $300 per year per customer. So if you're at Coach, that's $3,000 in earning potential. But I want you to look down where it says 50%, because most people don't pay attention to that. So I want you to pay attention to me really quick. That says 50%, and you only get paid on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. So this is what happens. Let's say your customer books a hotel for a week and saves $1,000. You would think, based on how our structure works, that you would earn $500. But in this case, you wouldn't. You only earn half of that. So your payout would be $250 in the example I just gave you. So you lose half of your income at this package. At business class, you have 25 boomerangs. So now you're at $7,500 in income potential in this package. But you'll notice that now you're at 100%. So the example I just gave you, you would get the full $500. But then again, you're only earning on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. At first class, you have 50 boomerangs. That's $15,000 in income potential, but you're getting paid on all eligible travel and activities. That's very important that you're getting paid on all, but let me explain the difference. See, if you come in at Coach class and you send out those 10 boomerangs to your customers, they have first class access. So just because you chose a lower package, they don't penalize your customers and give them only hotels, flights, and rental cars. Your customers have first class access. So let's say your customer books a weekly stay that you see over there in first class and they save $1,000. You would earn $0 because you only get paid on hotels, rental cars, and cruises. So what I like to share with people is that your goal is to work your way to first class, because I want you to sleep good at night knowing that no matter what your customers book, you are going to get paid. Dual team, this is the override that you get. So if you choose to build an organization, those individuals are going to be DNA'd to you, and you're going to get an override on their production. So at Coach class, you get a 10% override. Business class, you get a 12% override. First class, you get a 15% override. Luxury experiences, the company puts together some amazing vacations and getaways for us. We have a 1 day of maybe training, then the rest of it, we're just having an amazing time. But I want to remind you that your CEO is the GOAT of the industry, one of the #1 income earners in this industry. When he plans an event, it sells out like that. So if you're at first class, you get a 2 weeks notice. If there's accommodations left, a week later, it goes to business class, and then it flows down to general release. Coach is a one-time $250. Business class is a one-time $500. First class is a one-time $1,000. Regardless of which package you choose, we all have a same monthly overhead of $99.95 per month. In select countries, it's only $49.95 per month for Coach class only. But when you choose to upgrade, then you will roll over to the $99.95 per month. What I also want to share with you guys is that because of this COVID-19 situation, Mr. Holton Buzz implemented an economic stimulus package. Again, we are one of the 5 companies that was identified for people to partner with. And so what he decided to do is make it easier for people to start home-based businesses, because a lot of individuals, even some of our business partners, lost their full-time incomes. And we have a lot of people that we know that don't have a home-based business. So this is a great opportunity for them to never end up in the situation that they're in again. So he dropped the cost of first class to $750. So you don't see it on this slide because it's a temporary promo, but if you go to the website of the person that referred you, you'll notice that first class is just $750. He didn't take any benefits away, so the same thing that I paid $1,000 for, you are getting for $750. Now, my recommendation to you is to, if you're gonna take advantage of that $750 offer, build big now. Don't wait until the last day this promo ends, because you can't bless anybody else. If you wait till the last day, everyone that you share this opportunity with is gonna have to pay $1,000. You get started now, you still have 10 days to work your business. And what I love about our company is that you're not by yourself, right? We work together. There's no reason why you wouldn't succeed in our company. I do webinars twice a day at 4 o'clock, and I do it at 10 p.m. Also do one-on-ones if I need to. The company does it twice a day in English and several times during the day in different languages. You have other diamonds that are doing presentations. You become a professional inviter. Invite people to the calls and allow us to help you grow your residual income. But if first class is on your radar, go ahead and jump on that now. For those of you that can't start at first class, start where you can. The point is just to get started. The hardest step is just taking a chance on yourself. So get started in the business wherever you can. If it's not first class, then guess what you got to do? Lock arms with leadership and work your way on up. Same amount of work, just a difference in pay in each package. That's the end of the presentation, you guys. Let me unshare real quick. That is the end of it. Let me check the chat really quick to see if we have any questions here. Any questions? I don't think we have any questions here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're a guest, get back with the person that invited you. If you have any questions that you haven't placed in the chat, or maybe you want to ask it on a more private level, then just have them do a three-way with their upline or their expert in the business. Leaders, Alisa Davis, Viola, Erica, thank you guys so much for helping me with the chat. And we'll see you at 10 o'clock tonight. So for those that choose to get started, yes, Miss Mary, okay. Well, welcome, honey. Hopefully you'll be joining the team. Miss Erica is one of my top leaders. But you guys, just get started. That's the main thing, get started. If you choose to get started today, guess what? Invite tonight at 10 o'clock. You can have a check by the end of this month. So invite, work your business, and let's get to it. Miss Mary, you a hairstylist? Come on, Miss Mary. That's the first place that people go, you guys. And so many of my hairstylist friends, so many barbers that I know, their income stopped in this situation. So I'm trying to help as many of them, you know, open up their mind to something new. If this doesn't wake them up, honey, nothing will. But Miss Mary, I'm so proud of you for being on here, taking a chance on yourself. This is amazing, but if you have any questions, make sure get with Erica and you guys give me a call so I can make sure that you completely understand it and we can lead you in the right direction. Hello, Miss Vivian. All right, you guys have a blessed one. You want, girl, yes, especially after this, I'm ready to go. We're ready for vacation too. Okay, well, you guys have a good one. Talk to you guys soon and see you at 10 o'clock tonight. All righty, bye-bye.